Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the very first video. The first kick at the cat. Something like that. I don't know. Coffee time. And just so that you know, because it is my first video, I think it goes without saying that I bought all the products that I have here in front of me. No affiliates, no sponsors, nobody knows me. I wasn't sure if I should order it. It looks so pretty, like so pretty. And in person, it's just as pretty. Yeah, the Riviera Palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I am not a makeup artist. I'm not a professional. I am just somebody that's been doing my makeup since I was 11. I'm now over 50. You do the math. And I have a shit ton of makeup. Like, I have a shit ton of makeup. I love makeup. Here it is. And I'm sure that you've probably seen it from more of the professional. Professional? Oh, please, Lord, let me speak. Okay, so this is the palette here. This is the colors. Look at that. Oh! Everybody does that. And there's all the colors. Isn't that pretty? Now, this is the perfect coloring for spring and into summer. Like, I don't know, I could even wear this into like winter, fall and winter even, because you know this is kind of a fall color. Even the purples, like the Norvina palette, I wore that right from the fall into the winter time, and I actually really liked it. So and there's like yellows, pinks. I mean, you have so many different options with this palette. These shimmers up here are seriously amazing. With the shimmers, you can put them on with your finger. You can put them on. I have these little latex eyeshadow applicators, which I really like. I've used all these shimmers here. All of those shimmers with a dry brush as well. So if you want that kind of a little bit less dramatic look, it's beautiful. It gives you the option. You can do that as well. So without further ado, let's get into a look with this. Now everything's prepped. My face is all done. The only thing I haven't done is my eyeshadow primer, which I kind of like to do no matter what palette I'm using. Anyway, the Painterly Paint Pot by MAC, this is the one I use. And I always pat it on. I don't use a brush. I just pat it on with my fingers. I find with my skin texture, I just prefer to pat it on. It just goes on a more natural look for me. The only problem with a palette like this is that there's so many beautiful colors. Just want to use everything. All right, so I'm going to first go in with Sales, and I'm just going to go over my eye just to kind of set that shadow primer. Okay, so we're going to go in with Coastline. Do a little tap. Let's put that in my crease area as a transition, just a little bit higher too. Like, that's so pretty. I like it. I think I'm gonna have to bring you in just a little bit closer. A little bit nervous about that, but I'm gonna bring you in a little bit closer. That's about as close as I dare. Okay, now I'm gonna jump into Monte Carlo, and again, I'm gonna use the same big end of the Anastasia brush. And I got something on here. I kind of wanted to do a more simplistic look, but we'll try this anyway. What I think I will do is I'm going to go in with cans. So this one here, that one there. I wasn't actually doing that before, but oh well, whatever. So I'm going to go with cans, and I'm going to use a slightly different brush. This one here, I got this at the drugstore, and I love it. It's so, like, it's a tinier kind of a blending brush, I guess. And this one's from, whoa, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that all right? So I went and got this one actually, and I really, really like it for like a more defined blend. Oh, no. Okay. I am going to go in with Bahamas. That's what I was going to do. See, I kind of forgot. Like, make sure you tap just right in there. Look at how pretty that pink is. Isn't that pretty? A good thing to do is to tap it in where you want it. And I like using this particular brush because it gives a more soft placement of the color. So I'm just going to use this mirror here and just kind of look. Because you got to kind of look more up like that. I mean, you want to see the product that you're putting on, right? And because I've got really hooded eyes, I've got to bring it higher than my mobile lid. So there. Now you can see it. So I'm going to take the fluffier end of her brush and I'm just going to lightly kind of blend the edges here because I don't like any harsh lines. I'm going to go in with the small ended brush on the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. I'm going to use the smaller end, the more for packing, and we're going to go into palm. This one is very, very pigmented, so it is nothing to get the color on there. Okay, so there it is, pretty much even. So I'm going to go back to the larger end of her brush, and I am just going to ever so slightly just buff that out. I don't want to darken it too much. Hopefully. Go back in with Bahamas and just kind of brighten that up again. Because that is such a pretty pink. And we're going to go in with Seashells. I think that's how you pronounce this. I don't know. And I go right into the socket with this one. I'm going to do the other side. I don't know if I like that, but you got to keep going because you never know. Once you get your eyeliner on and your mascara, your lashes if you wear any, and I do, it will all come together. Like it will all come together. Now that's with a dry brush. So I'm going to go in with Inheritance, but it's just going to be in the inner corner. I'm going to go in just with Inheritance in the inner corner, but I'm going to use my latex applicator. And this is going to be much more dramatic. Up a little, trying to stay away from Bahamas. There. See that? I think I have to bring Bahamas up though. I'm gonna have no choice because you can really see. This is the problem I have with my eyes because I wanted to kind of keep the pink. Like I wanted to keep Bahamas showing, but honestly, like the pink is beautiful, but palm needs to come up. I need to hide the hood, and this is where I have my issues, is right here. If I don't hide that, like to me, that doesn't look good. Like I like the colors and everything, but I just don't like the, yeah. So I'm gonna have to bring palm up a little bit more here, just right here. So I'm going to have to bring palm up a little bit more here, just right here. So I'm going to have to bring palm up a little bit more here, just right here. So I'm going to have to bring palm up a little bit more here, just right here. So I'm going to have to bring palm up a little bit more here, just right here. So I'm going to have to bring palm up a little bit more here, just right here. So I'm going to have to bring palm up a little bit more here, just right here. So I'm going to have to bring palm up a little bit more here, just right here. So I'm going to have to bring palm up a little bit more here, just right here. So I'm going to have to bring palm up a little bit more here, just right here. So I'm going to have to bring palm up a little bit more here, just right here. So I'm going to have to bring palm up a little bit more here, just right here. So I'm going to have to bring palm up a little bit more here, just right here. So I'm going to have to bring palm up a little bit more here, just right here. So I'm going to have to bring palm up a little bit more here, just right here. So I'm going to have to bring palm up a little bit more here, just right here. So I'm going to have to bring palm up a little bit more here, just right here. So just a little bit. Just want it to come in a little bit. I think I'm going to go back in with Bahamas, and I'm going to put it in the inner part of my eye, and I'm going to use the small flat part of the brush, their brush, her brush, and I'm just going to, like that. I'm not feeling the blue. I'm going to cover this because I'm just not feeling it today. It just doesn't, it's not turning out the way I was hoping it was going to turn out. This is turning out to be a totally different thing. So Mediterranean, I'm going to do it with the latex applicator, and let's give that a try. So I think this one would actually look much nicer. Just the whole lid. Get rid of that green completely. Yeah, that looks much nicer, I think. So there is Mediterranean, and I think that looks much nicer. I'm going to go in with Sails. I'm just going to go here. I am trying to do a look that's not quite so boom, and I can't do it. Just, I'm going to take Inheritance, and I'm just going to go on the inner corner of my eye just to brighten that up a little, and just because I want to try it. So there's Inheritance just on the inner corner, and it actually looks pretty. It gives a nice little pop of color, a little brightness in there. This is a brush from ColourPop. This is very tiny brush, thin angled brush. And I love this one for doing my eyeliner because I'm not really good at doing the liquid eyeliner. So I do a powdered eyeliner. So I'm going to go back in with Palm with this brush, and I am going to do a brown line just right here. And normally I do this type of thing all the time because it's easy for me to do, especially when I'm in a rush. And when I wear lashes, I always have to have that darkness right here. And it doesn't necessarily have to be black. I like the brown just because it brings out my eyes. For my bottom lid, I think I'm just going to go in with Monte Carlo. Just right there. So I cleaned this. I just give it a quick clean, going back in with the same Quo brush. And hopefully, I just want to blend that out just a little bit. There. And that's my lower lash done. I'm going to go off camera, mascara, lashes, and I'm going to finish up my face, and I'll be right back. Okay, I did my mascara, my lashes are on, my face is pretty much finished, blush, liquid lip, everything's done. My lashes, I think they are Nikia Joy. I'm not exactly sure. I use a lot of her lashes, so I'll put it in a link below as soon as I find them and figure out which ones I'm wearing. The first look that I did, I had put on Seashells, I think it's Seashells, and Inheritance, but I just found that just wasn't working for me. It didn't look right, wasn't the product at all. It was me the problem, so hopefully just, kind of, don't worry about that part. I'm gonna leave it in, I think, just because, this is not gonna be a channel where you're gonna be perfect. I'm not gonna be perfect. I'm probably gonna screw up. And I did screw up today, but actually it worked out because then I put Then I put Mediterranean over those two because I just wasn't quite happy. And then I used Inheritance just to brighten the inner corner of my eye. Now this is the look that I'm actually quite happy with. I would go out at night wearing this. I love it. So my final thoughts on this here, it's beautiful. Blending is very easy. I didn't have any problem with palm. Now I've seen some people had a little bit of issue with palm. I never had any issue with palm. I blended it out and just put a little bit back on, which is kind of normal for pressed pigment. With the shimmers, you can do it with a dry brush. You can do it with your latex applicator, which is what I like. You can do it with your finger. You can do it with a wet brush. Any one of these is going to work. Of course, with the wet brush and the latex applicator, it's going to go on a lot brighter. So if you want that brighter look, you know, you can have it. If you don't want it to be so bright, you don't have to. The options are endless, and I like that. I like to have a simple palette, something I can look at and just pick what I'm going to do that day. Now on Sephora's website, because this is where I bought this from, it's $59 for this particular palette, Riviera. That's Canadian. Also, it's $55 for the Modern Renaissance. So you're looking at about $4 more. Now, I'm not sure exactly why, but I'm okay with that. Like, I'm not mad about that because I really do like the palette. And I find that I'm probably going to dip into that one quite a bit just because it's going to be easy for me to use. It's going to be easier for me to pick the colors. They blend really well. They look nice on me. And with a little bit of time to play with each of the shimmers for what goes with what, I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with that one. So, okay, so if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Also, subscribe if you'd like to see more of me screw up as many videos as I possibly can. No, I'm just kidding. What do you call that? No, honestly, I need to drink a coffee every time I want my brain to function properly. I hope it works. I actually really like this look though.